Ladies and gentlemen, there is a hidden force, a secret power that most people overlook. It is not in the noise of the world, not in the opinions of others, and certainly not in chasing approval. This power is found in one place, within you. It is the power of focusing on yourself. Too often, we live distracted lives. We measure our success by the standards of others. We let society, family, and even strangers tell us who we should be, what we should do, and how we should live. But the truth is, the more you chase their expectations, the further you drift from your own destiny. You were not designed to be a copy. You were created as an original. And the only way to unleash your full potential is by turning your focus inward on your own growth, your own journey, and your own purpose. Look at the greatest minds in history. They were not consumed by comparison. They did not waste energy worrying about what others thought. They focused. They nurtured their gifts. They developed their minds. They sharpened their skills. And because they mastered themselves, they mastered their world. Think of a seed. If you plant it in the wrong soil, it struggles. If it's surrounded by weeds, it fights for survival. But when placed in the right environment, given the right nutrients, and exposed to the right light, it flourishes. You are that seed. Your mind is the soil. Your habits are the nutrients. Your vision is the sunlight. When you focus on yourself, you create the perfect conditions for growth. But here's the challenge. Focusing on yourself requires discipline. It means silencing the distractions, ignoring the critics, and saying no to the things that don't serve your purpose. It means waking up with intention, investing in your knowledge, refining your talents, and committing to excellence. It means understanding that success is not about being better than someone else. It's about being better than you were yesterday. The world does not reward distractions. It rewards those who are diligent, those who are disciplined, those who are focused. Every great achievement was born from someone who refused to be swayed by the noise of the crowd. So I challenge you today, turn your attention inward. Stop chasing approval. Stop seeking validation. Instead, seek mastery. Seek growth. Seek purpose. Because the moment you focus on yourself is the moment you unlock the power that was within you all along. And when that power is unleashed, nothing can stop you. Thank you. The power lies within you. True success and fulfillment come from focusing on yourself, not external validation or comparisons. Distractions lead to detours. The more you chase the expectations of others, the further you move from your own destiny. Greatness requires self-mastery. History's most successful individuals focus on their own growth, talents, and purpose rather than competition. You are like a seed. Just as a seed needs the right environment to grow, you must cultivate the right mindset, habits, and vision to flourish. Discipline is the key to focus. To focus on yourself, you must silence distractions, invest in self-improvement, and commit to continuous growth. The world rewards those who focus. Success is not about being better than others, but about being better than you were yesterday. Every individual possesses an extraordinary power within them, yet most people spend their entire lives looking for it in the wrong places. They seek approval from others, chase external rewards, and measure their worth by how they compare to those around them. But the real source of success, confidence, and fulfillment does not come from outside. It comes from within. The moment a person realizes this truth and begins focusing on themselves, they unlock a strength that cannot be shaken by circumstances, criticism, or competition. Too many people live as though they are waiting for permission to become who they were meant to be. They allow society's expectations, family pressures, and social media illusions to dictate their actions, making them feel like they are never enough. This constant need for validation creates an endless cycle of self-doubt, anxiety, and frustration. But those who rise above the noise and turn their attention inward, discover something incredible. Everything they need to succeed is already inside them. When a person shifts their focus to their own growth, their mindset begins to change. Instead of being preoccupied with what others are doing, they start asking themselves important questions. How can I improve? What skills do I need to develop? What is my true purpose? These questions ignite a process of transformation that no external factor can match. The world becomes a place of endless possibilities rather than a battlefield of the most successful individuals in history understood this secret. They were not concerned with fitting in or following trends. They dedicated their time and energy to refining their craft, developing their strengths and expanding their knowledge. They knew the true power comes not from being recognized by the world, but from mastering oneself. When you focus on yourself, you gain clarity, confidence, and control over your life. You stop waiting for opportunities and start creating them. This kind of self-focus does not mean ignoring the world or being selfish. On the contrary, it means becoming the best version of yourself so that you can contribute more to those around you. A person who is constantly growing, learning, and improving naturally becomes an inspiration to others. They bring value to their relationships, their communities, and their work, not because they are trying to impress people, but because they are living in alignment with their true potential. The power to succeed, to transform, to rise above any challenge is already within you. The only question is whether you will tap into it or continue searching for it outside. When you stop looking outward and turn your focus inward, that is when everything changes. Distractions are one of the greatest thieves of purpose. In a world filled with noise, notifications, and endless demands for attention, it is easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Many people start with dreams, goals, and ambitions, but somewhere along the way, they get caught up in comparing themselves to others, chasing temporary pleasures, or worrying about opinions that have no real impact on their destiny. The more they allow distractions to consume them, the further they drift from their true path. The human mind is incredibly powerful, but it can only focus on one thing at a time. When attention is divided, progress slows down. Imagine a driver trying to reach a destination, but constantly stopping to look at road signs that do not concern them, listening to passengers who offer conflicting directions, or even pulling over to admire other cars. They may have started with a clear route, but these distractions will only delay their journey or take them entirely off course. The same principle applies to life. Each time energy is spent on unnecessary comparisons, external pressures, or meaningless activities, valuable time is lost. Distractions come in many forms. Sometimes they appear as negative influences. People who drain energy, discourage progress, or plant seeds of doubt. Other times they come disguised as seemingly harmless habits like excessive social media scrolling, endless entertainment, or engaging in unproductive conversations. The danger is not just in these distractions themselves, but in how easily they become habits, slowly pulling a person away from their purpose without them even realizing it. Highly successful individuals understand this principle well. They guard their focus with discipline. They know that every moment spent worrying about others is a moment taken away from building their own future. They recognize that the energy wasted on distractions could be used to develop their skills, strengthen their minds, and take meaningful action toward their goals. Instead of being consumed by outside noise, they train themselves to stay locked in on their own path. The most significant breakthroughs happen when focus is unshaken. Whether it is a student striving for excellence, an entrepreneur building a business, or an athlete training for greatness, the key to reaching new heights is eliminating unnecessary distractions. This does not mean ignoring everything else in life, but it does mean choosing priorities wisely. Every moment is a choice. Either move closer to your destiny or be pulled away by distractions. Those who achieve greatness do so not because they are lucky, but because they refuse to let distractions take them off course. The question is, will you do the same? Greatness is not an accident. It is not a gift reserved for select few. It is the result of intentional effort, discipline, and self-mastery. The most successful people in history, those who have left a lasting impact, did not waste their time trying to outperform others. They focused on mastering themselves. They understood a truth that many ignore. When you control yourself, you control your future. Self-mastery is the foundation of all success. It means developing the ability to govern your thoughts, emotions, habits, and actions. Too often people blame circumstances, other people, or bad luck for their lack of progress. But those who rise above challenges do not waste time making excuses. They take responsibility for their growth. They recognize that the real battle is not against the outside world, but against the limitations within themselves. The mind is the most powerful tool a person has, yet many people allow it to be ruled by fear, doubt, and distractions. A person who has not mastered their mind will find themselves reacting to life rather than shaping it. They will be controlled by their emotions rather than using emotions to their advantage. They will be swayed by other people's opinions instead of standing firm in their own vision. But when a person commits to self-mastery, they gain clarity. They learn to silence negativity, overcome setbacks, and remain focused on what truly matters. Developing self-mastery requires discipline. It means training the mind to think positively, setting clear goals, and building habits that lead to success. It means pushing beyond comfort zones, embracing challenges, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. Every great leader, athlete, inventor, and thinker has one thing in common. They did not wait for motivation to come to them. They created discipline within themselves. They made sacrifices, controlled their impulses, and committed to continuous improvement. Mastery is not just about skills or talents. It is about mindset. It is the ability to stay focused when others are distracted. It is the strength to keep going when others give up. It is the patience to learn, grow, and refine one's abilities day after day. A person who masters themselves becomes unstoppable because they are no longer controlled by fear, doubt, or external pressure. They become the architects of their own success. The truth is, no one can master the world until they have. The question is not whether success is possible. It is whether you have the discipline, focus, and commitment to unlock the power that already exists within you. Every person carries within them the potential for greatness. Much like a seed holds the potential to grow into a mighty tree. But just like a seed, that potential will never be realized unless it is placed in the right environment, nurtured with care, and given the necessary conditions to thrive. Many people struggle through life not because they lack ability, but because they have never taken the time to cultivate the right mindset, habits, and vision for their success. A seed does not grow just because it has potential. If it is thrown onto concrete, it will never take root. If it is buried in toxic soil, it may start to grow, but will eventually wither. If it is left without sunlight and water, it will remain dormant, never fulfilling its purpose. The same is true for people. If they surround themselves with negativity, toxic influences, or constant distractions, their potential will be stifled. But when they place themselves in the right environment, one that encourages growth, learning, and self-improvement, they begin to flourish. Your mindset is the soil in which your future grows. If your thoughts are filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, your growth will be stunted. But if your mind is nurtured with positivity, confidence, and belief in your abilities, you will develop a foundation strong enough to support your success. The most successful people in the world did not simply stumble into greatness. They conditioned their minds for it. They refused to allow negativity to take root in their thoughts, choosing instead to cultivate a mindset of resilience, possibility, and determination. Your habits are the nutrients that feed your growth. Just as a plant needs the right balance of water and minerals to thrive, you need the right daily actions to develop your potential. Success is not built in a single day. It is the result of small, consistent actions repeated over time. Reading, learning, practicing, and refining your skills are the nutrients that strengthen your foundation. Without them, even the greatest potential will remain unrealized. Your vision is the sunlight that guides your growth. Without direction, even the strongest seed will grow aimlessly. The clearer your vision, the more purposefully you will grow. Those who achieve extraordinary success are those who set clear goals, define their purpose, and move with intention. They do not simply react to life. They create their own path. A seed does not become a tree overnight, and success does not happen by chance. It is a process of careful cultivation, requiring patience, discipline, and the right environment. If you want to reach your full potential, you must plant yourself in the right soil, feed yourself with the right habits, and ensure that your vision remains strong. Only then will you truly grow into the greatness you are meant for. The ability to focus on yourself and achieve greatness is not a matter of talent or luck. It is a matter of discipline. Many people have dreams, but few are willing to develop the discipline necessary to make them a reality. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who remain stuck in the same cycle of frustration and unfulfilled potential. It is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. Focusing on yourself requires silencing distractions, ignoring unnecessary opinions, and committing to personal growth. But this is easier said than done. Every day, countless things demand attention. Social media, entertainment, negative influences, and even self-doubt. Without discipline, these distractions take over, stealing valuable time and energy. A person without discipline wakes up with big ambitions, but ends the day with little progress. They allow emotions to control their actions rather than sticking to a plan. They wait for motivation instead of creating consistent habits. The truth is, motivation is unreliable. It comes and goes, influenced by mood, environment, and circumstances. Discipline, on the other hand, is dependable. It is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. Successful people do not wake up every day feeling excited to work hard. They simply do it because they have trained themselves to push forward no matter what. Discipline starts with small decisions. Waking up early, setting priorities, and following through on commitments. It means choosing growth over comfort, long-term success over short-term pleasure, and action over excuses. Each disciplined action strengthens the mind, making it easier to stay focused and committed. Over time, these small, consistent efforts add up to massive transformation. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to build self-confidence. When a person keeps promises to themselves, whether it is sticking to a workout routine, reading every day, or working on their goals, they develop trust in their own abilities. This self-trust becomes a source of strength, allowing them to tackle bigger challenges and stay resilient in the face of obstacles. Focusing on yourself means taking full responsibility for your growth. No one else is coming to make you successful. No one else can force you to develop your skills, improve your mindset, or create the life you desire. It is your responsibility alone. And the only way to take control of your future is through discipline. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who do not is not intelligence, resources, or luck. It is the ability to stay focused, committed, and disciplined. Success is not given, it is earned. The question is, are you willing to do what it takes? The world does not reward those who are distracted, inconsistent, or easily swayed by the opinions of others. It rewards those who are focused, disciplined, and committed to their personal growth. Many people spend their lives chasing recognition, competing with others and seeking validation, yet they never achieve real success. Why? Because success is not about being better than someone else. It is about being better than you were yesterday. True progress happens when you shift your focus inward. The moment you stop worrying about what others are doing and start concentrating on your own growth, everything changes. Instead of wasting energy comparing yourself to others, you channel that energy into improving yourselves. You develop new skills, refine your mindset, and take meaningful action toward your goals. This is the secret of the world's most successful people. They do not seek to outshine others, they seek to outgrow themselves. Think about it. If you spend your time watching someone else's journey, you are neglecting your own. Many people are so preoccupied with other people's success that they fail to make progress in their own lives. They measure their worth based on external comparisons, which leads to frustration, self-doubt, and unnecessary pressure. But those who achieve true greatness understand that their only competition is the person they were yesterday. Every day is an opportunity to improve, to learn, and to become stronger than before. The best athletes, entrepreneurs, and leaders are those who focus on consistent self-improvement. They do not wake up thinking about how they can beat someone else. They wake up thinking about how they can push themselves further. They track their own progress, refine their skills, and continuously challenge themselves. They understand that success is a personal journey, not a race against others. This mindset creates a powerful advantage. When you focus on your own growth, you develop resilience. You are not shaken by failure because you see it as a lesson. You are not discouraged by someone else's success because you are focused on your own path. You become immune to negativity because your purpose is clear. Instead of reacting to life, you take control and shape your future. The world respects and rewards those who master themselves. When you become the best version of yourself, success becomes inevitable. People take notice. Opportunities come your way. And most importantly, you experience true fulfillment. Not because you have outperformed others, but because you have unlocked your full potential. Your greatest competition is not outside of you, it is the person you were yesterday. The goal is not to be the best in the world, it is to be the best for the world. By becoming the highest version of yourself, focus on that and success will follow. The secret power of focusing on yourself is the key to unlocking your full potential. It is not found in comparison, external validation, or chasing fleeting success. It is found in self-mastery, discipline, and continuous growth. Those who achieve greatness do so not because they are better than others, but because they are committed to becoming better than they were yesterday. Distractions will always exist. Opinions will always surround you. Challenges will always arise. But the moment you decide to direct your energy inward, developing your mind, refining your skills, and staying true to your vision, you gain control over your destiny. The world rewards those who are focused, disciplined, and relentless in their pursuit of self-improvement. The choice is yours. You can continue seeking approval, being swayed by distractions, and living by the expectations of others, or you can step into your power and take control of your future. Your greatest competition is not outside of you, it is the person in the mirror. The only question that remains is, Will you rise to become the highest version of yourself? When you focus on yourself, everything changes. Your mind becomes sharper, your confidence grows, and success follows naturally. The power is already within you. It has always been there. Now it is time to unleash it.